my name is Lizzie. Each month I keep on showing a different fold, encouraging you to take time out for your self-care, offered to patients and staff in our hospital, UCLH, but also to the wider world to enjoy. Give yourself time for some self-care. So this time I'm bringing along a really wonderful thing. It's a spinner, but it's also just beautiful to look at as well. I've believed it to be traditional, and actually I saw this in Japan in St. Luke's International University when I visited. It's been on my wish list to do, and I haven't realised how wonderful it is because it's so good to spin. So just have a little look first of all. You've also got this wonderful feeling of being able to choose different pieces of paper, so you can give lovely colour mixes. They just spin so well. It's such a clever design. It's really unclear where this has come from, and I have been asking around a lot, so it's there for people to enjoy, and it's been enjoyed across the world, so join me. So grab yourself 3 pieces of paper. I will show you how you can make your own paper. If you have origami paper, definitely use this. This is your chance to use some lovely colours. The outside one, if it has different colours on different sides, you can get this amazing pattern. So go and find yourself some paper. I will show you how I'm going to make it just from some scrap paper. So I'm going to take some paper first of all. We need to make 3 squares of the same size. So let's just prepare ourselves with some squares. There we go. So I think this has the joy of the colour combinations, the joy of folding, and then the joy of spinning, and it spins so well. So I took my piece of paper, folded it in half, nice and exactly, good strong fold, and then you can just do a tiny little crease, and that's all you need to tear it on the surface. Again, I'm lining up well, and I'm going to remove this rectangle. You could use scissors, but you can also just tear. So I'm bringing it back. I rather enjoy just using fingers, and that you can do things with very little equipment, literally just a piece of paper in your hand. So I've got 1 square, let's draw 3. And as I said, I would use, if you've got coloured paper, use coloured paper. It's your chance to do that. I will show with plain so you can really see what I'm doing. And I'm going to do one more. I think the layer in the middle, I'll do a slightly different tone so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. We'll start with the outside, which is the most complicated, and then it gets easier as you work in. From what I understood from others, it potentially does seem to have come from Japan. So that's wonderful, and will have been shared across the generations. Right, so I've got 3 pieces of paper. I'm going to just start with 1, and this will be the piece that you will do the outside layer. So this outside piece. So if you want to do it in this way, let me have a little think. So this will be the white side, or the colour that will be the red there. And then the other side maybe would be the pattern, which would appear here. So I'm going to really quickly just add a bit of colour just so you can see what I mean. So I'm just turning it over. I'm going to give it a quick little scribble. This is really to indicate to you which is probably the colourful side, in case you have some origami paper. But you could also, if you haven't got any coloured paper, do something yourself. So there we go. Right, and big thanks to Stephen Hill, who very kindly explained to me how to do this first step a little bit easier than I showed on the live fold. So always learning, and very many thanks to you, Stephen. So we're going to, already got a diagonal there, the square. So this is the white side, which would be the red here. Folding in half just to make a triangle, opening it up, and another fold. And I love how this is almost a bit more of a project, really. I'll be making them onto different sizes, different colours. Done the diagonals. Now if you can do the horizontals as well. And it's just relaxing, all these folds. And it's lovely, it will produce something that spins and will bring you joy. I feel such a sense of freedom when I spin these. They are wonderful. Right, so I've done the diagonals and verticals. Next, I'm going to take the outside to the middle line on both sides. So just dividing it up again. There we go. And then the same with the other side. There we go. And then opening it up, I'm going to do the same on the other side. So it's dividing it lots. There we go. Outside to the middle again. And hopefully the beauty of the film is you can stop it, you can slow down. There we go. So the next step, which is just simply to turn it over, and we're going to just bring each corner to the middle. So each corner to the middle like so. And actually this will start off very much like throwball square, maybe if you've made throwball squares with me before. These are classic starts to lovely patterns in origami. Really, I guess, kind of laws of physics and engineering. There we go. So it's lovely. Right, so take your piece of paper, open this up, and let's turn it over to the other side. Now, you should be able to press down in the middle of these little squares. Can you see? This lovely, lovely, lovely thing. And then all you need to do for each corner is just a delightful thing, is bring them in. I'm going to go onto the solid surface now. But you can take each of these corners and bring it down, and you can then press these in. Can you see? It's looking a bit like the windmill. There we go. So I'm going to bring each of these in to make like a little square. There you go. Hope that's worked for you. Our next step now is to take the inside line and fold it along the diagonal for each of these, like so. So I'll do that for each of them. One side and then the other side. Just enjoy going slowly with patience. You're slowing yourself down, you're giving yourself that slow nurturing time as well. Do that for each of the sides. And as I said, this is, there's quite a few elements. There's 3 pieces of paper that will go into this to make it a nice little project. There we go. Side and then the other side. So you could enjoy this in its own right, couldn't you? And maybe it looks familiar from things we've done before too. So each corner, if you just take it and just fold it back, just give a crease line really. So each corner, folding that back. That's it, each corner. Very satisfying. That's it. And now it's almost a bit like a crane actually. So we're going to take this corner, open up these layers, and actually it's this line is the really crucial thing. We're going to open up this top layer and open it almost like a little bird's beak. Open that mouth and roll in the sides. That's it. Be patient. You're just having to encourage at the top the lines to go the opposite way, the direction to go the opposite way. So allowing it to make this lovely, what could become a flower or a star. And we're going to do this for each of the corners. And if you decide that you just enjoy like playing with this, that's all right as well. You don't have to do the whole thing. Maybe you can experiment more. And I'm doing this for each of the corners. And take your time. We're getting there. Each corner, open the top layer. I might bring this down. Open this up. And again, rolling in the sides till it flattens. That's it. One last one. So bringing this up, rolling in the sides. So, lovely. There we go. So it looks like a little star or a flower. There we go. So our next step is to take the inside where it's meeting at the centre, and we're just going to take this layer and push it up. And can you see it naturally kind of fits in that slot, and it does stick up there. So we're going to do that for each of these corners. So each corner, the inside, pushing it up and out. I think just making sure everything feels nice and sort of square and lined up. There we go. And you can see a little, almost like a little frame is forming here. Again, lifting that up and out. There we go. And then the last side. That's it. Okay, just make sure that everything looks like it's nice and square in the centre. We're almost there. Now each of these points we're going to bring in, push to the middle. That's it. Push that to the middle. Push that to the middle. It feels like so much effort just for this outside, but this is actually the most complicated one. There we go. So that will become the base, the outside of our spinner. And it's already a lovely thing, isn't it? Lovely. So put that aside. We're going to do the next fold. There's 3 to this as well. So next we're going to do the inside piece. So if you were using origami paper, this would be your white side. We're going to do a diagonal, both diagonals. So make sure you do both diagonals. This would be your white side, the other side would be the colours. We're going to bring in the outside to the middle point. Outside to the middle point. Outside to the middle point. There we go. It's a bit like the fortune teller or the chatterbox. That's it. Great. So it's looking like that. Now turn over to the other side. And it's very much like the fortune teller, the outside to the middle point. So it's the same thing. This is much easier than the other, isn't it? Outside to the middle point. Outside to the middle point. There we go. I'm quite big now, smaller, but lots of folds. Right, turn it over to the other side. And again, the same thing, outside to the middle point. So this is the third time that we're bringing it in. And each time we've turned it over. Again, bringing it outside to the middle. Outside to the middle. We've done another colour, so we'll be able to see this part. Right. And actually, can you see how this really sticks out? That's what's going to make the point at the bottom of your spinner. So it's really important that it sticks out, actually. Great. So now turn to the back. Again, I hope you've kept track. Each corner, I just want you to push out to the corner like so. I do this on each side. We've not got much further to go, actually. As I said, it was the outside that took the most time. So it should look like this with a very sticky out back. Let's put these two together. So in a moment, it's all, you know, these things come to life in your own hands. Keep these little points in, and this bit will tuck up underneath there. Yep, so you're going to do that for each of these sides, and you'll have to really kind of curve it and push it. It'll take a little effort, so I'm going to bring this down. I'm going to do this myself as well. So each corner I'm pushing in. Okay, I'm pushing this in here. I have to kind of curve it round, push it in. It'll be a nice little tight fit. You can see, and I think this already is beautiful. You could enjoy this as a sort of a lily or a lotus or a little picture frame even. Just having to curve it round. And that's it. So I would guess even now it should be able to spin. Each of these corners you can slightly curve up, just because if they're touching underneath it won't be able to spin. So just slightly getting that curved up. Let's see if it spins so far. Yay, it does already. So you can see it's a spinner, but it'd be nice to have a little handle. So we're going to make a handle next. Great. So our final piece to this puzzle. Here we go. Let me see. So if you want the colourful side to it, let's do a quick bit of colour. And this is a really easy one to fold. Right, so if this was your origami paper, that's clearly the coloured side. This is the white side. So first of all, just do a little square. So folding in half to make a rectangle. Across, sorry. So opening it up. And turning the other side. Other way around. Again, the other horizontal or vertical. So all I've done is made a cross in the middle. Now take each corner to the middle and the colour should start to appear. Like the fortune teller, but this time we just fold each time to the middle on the same side, so it's very easy because we want it nice and tough. That's it. So we've done each corner to the middle, each corner to the middle again. So this is number 2. So this is the second time we bring it to the middle. So each corner, through the middle, and a third time each corner to the middle. So it's very small and tough by this point. Gosh, very. That's it. Each corner to the middle. That's it. Each corner to the middle. So we're going to be working on the smooth side, so turn it to the other side. In a moment we want these diagonals to stick up and the bits in between to go in. So I recommend first of all we just give it a little lines as to where we're going to work. So the diagonals, just get those showing up that way. That's it, and let's get these to go in already. It'll make it easier. So just folding it that way, just a bit, just will make it easier to then assemble. You see, I'm just folding it in that way, but these went out. So hopefully you've done all of that. You should be able to now push in the sides. Think of it as a little pyramid, and you've got a very tough, it's very thick, but that's the idea. Pushing it down like that. Yep. Now just one more step. At the moment these almost petals stick out quite a bit, but as you will start to push these in, it will change the shape. So the corners popping underneath that pocket, like that, and we're going to do it for each of them. Again, I'm going to direct the camera down. Good bit of concentration needed. So you're going to, again, you might have to really twist to push them in place. And again, it's only in your hands that it will all come together. I've just got one more corner now to push in there. So I'm going to have to really curve it round, straighten it all up. And can you see these what were petals sticking out are now kind of domed around the ends as well. So hopefully this means that you can pop your fingers there really easily, spin it. I hope that's worked for you as well. Isn't it a joy? And if it's sort of not going quite, if it's not turning well, just make sure that these corners are curving upwards so it doesn't stop it. And it's that pushing out air in the middle that's the point. So just one more spin. And happy spinning and making and folding. And I hope it brings you much joy as well. Take care. Happy folding. Bye bye.